This is a response to an open tag, Saturday Stockman Stampede by Terry's Knives and Man Stuff. This is a Rough Rider Reserve, and this I believe is called a Roundup, but what it actually is a sow belly Stockman. So you got 3 blades. Before I open it up, let's take a look at the fit and finish. Start out here. That's about as perfect as it gets. There's not a single gap in this knife. And even what's more impressive, look between the blades. Maybe you can see a little better in this view. You can see the air gap between all the blades. There is nothing at all here that is rubbing. Like right there, you can see it pretty clearly. This is one of the very, very few Stockmans that I have ever seen that have no blade rub at all. The blades in this are a little different than what you would typically find on the Stockman. Let me open this middle blade. This would normally be the sheep's foot. This one is configured a little bit differently. It does come down here, but it has a little bit of belly on it. It's almost like it's a combination of a sheep's foot and a spade blade. It still has plenty of downward cant. It's easy to get that point on something for a utility cut. So this will still function just as well, I believe, as the sheep's foot blade on most other Stockmans. And if you take a close look at this, since this is the middle blade, if there was any rubbing, you would see evidence of it on here. There's not a mark, not even the slightest scuff at all. Of course, you probably have to be a little bit careful opening it. Not when I open this one, I'm not going to put too much pressure on it because you might push it over and cause some rubbing. So in time, you might see some scuff marks on it. Now, one thing that's typical with these sow bellies is you have one blade that's canted down on a pretty much of an angle. And this one has a lot of belly on it. Normally, this would have been the spade blade. But this knife is set up for belly on all the blades. So that could be a pretty useful blade, and that angle down will also let you get that point down for opening a package. And when you're cutting stuff, that angle will trap the material in here so it doesn't slide off. So this would be a good blade that you could use as, say, a dirty blade. You can have a utility blade, a dirty blade, and a clean blade. Or just a blade that you always keep very pristine. Nice and sharp. And here's the main blade. And as you can see, this also has a lot of belly. This main blade reminds me of a Sodbuster Junior. So if you were going to carry a Sodbuster Junior, why not carry one of these and have the same blade plus 2 additional ones? And the other thing to take note of on these, since this is a Rough Rider Reserve, these are in D2. Now D2 holds an edge a lot longer than Case's True Sharp or their carbon steel or their 1095. I mean, it's not even close. And these Rough Rider Reserves, the D2 has done pretty well on these. I've had very good luck with other models in this series. So, between having a very similar blade shape to a Sodbuster Junior, along with having 2 other blades and D2 steel, why not give this one a try? It's also got a bomb shield in here, which is very nicely done. Everything is nice and smooth. It's double-threaded bolsters, and I really like this brown burlap micarta. Isn't that gorgeous on these covers? Again, everything is smooth. I don't feel these pins. It's smooth across the springs and liners and covers. You have half stops. It's smooth in the half stop position, and it's smooth fully opened. So they did a beautiful job on this knife. And check out the action. The smaller blades aren't quite as strong on the action as the main blade, but they're pretty good. So Rough Rider Reserve Roundup. It's a very nice sow belly stockman. Why don't you give one a try? We'll see you on the next one.